So it's blowing a gale outside, and I'm gonna do this video from inside. Right, so I've had a few comments over the last week or so about working too fast or working fast, and I understand why people want to work fast, okay, because you want to get the work done, especially if you're doing a massive job and you need to get that job done ASAP, because you've got a load of other jobs that you have to do as well as this big job you're doing. And obviously working fast is very important, but for the majority of window cleaners, I think slowing down, being accurate, being precise is much more beneficial for you. I'll give you a quick demonstration. So I'm going to clean this window, and I ain't going to work fast. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to cover all my places thoroughly, accurately. I'm getting the tool to do everything it needs to do on that glass, right time, right place. But I haven't worked fast, right? If I work fast, I'm now making lots of mistakes, okay? And the faster you work, the more mistake. I'm hardly getting anywhere because I'm having to fix the mistakes. I'm going too fast on these turns. So what I do on the pole and in the hand, especially when it gets to the edges, I really slow down. I really focus on my turns. I don't want to make them too fast, because if I make them too fast, I'll start making mistakes. Now, everybody who has used liquidators in their videos over the years, ever since past 10 years ago, right? The people who struggled and complained and interfered with their tools and told everybody to do what they're doing, it was one reason was they were working far too fast. Number one. Number two, they thought that they were good at using a squeegee. Unfortunately, the news is they were hopeless at using a squeegee. They were mainly one-handed, one-tracked mind, awful, pathetic window cleaners. And they're trying to tell everybody in the window cleaning industry that this tool is shit. But do what I do, change everything around, and then destroy your tool, and then try and get it to work. But don't bother changing how you work. Just keep working like a robot. Keep working, making mistake after mistake after mistake, and then blame the tool. Every single time these clowns tell you to do this, and every time they made a video and they'll change this and then they change that, just like all these other window cleaners on YouTube that, oh, today I'm going to use the Sorbo. Oh, today I'm going to use the Ettore. Oh, now I'm going to use the Polex. They're constantly changing their minds, but they're never, ever getting anywhere, right? They're never getting anywhere. They're still working longer, harder, slower, forever getting less results. Doesn't matter how quick or how fast they're working, they are shit at their job, right? Shit. Right, the reason why I'm not shit is because I'm not making mistakes. I'm making sure everything is done. I'm crossing all the T's and I'm dotting all the I's, but I'm not the fastest. But because I'm not making any mistake, eventually I become really efficient and effective at my job. So there are some times, on some circumstances, where let's say I'm doing a school and I've got thousands of windows to clean, I will up my speed a little bit. But what happens is when I up the speed, then I lose a little bit of control. Right, so number one, I'm not losing control. Even if I go a little bit faster with this solution, it's because this solution is very stable, right? So that's one thing going in my favour. So I can go a little bit faster. If it's too sloppy, I'm going to start flicking things around, and it's just better at the end of the day, especially if you're very new to using liquidators. Just slow down. Get the tool to work as best it can be. Right, so when I'm doing a job, right, of course I want to be efficient and effective, but Most importantly, what I want in my job is faultless results. Because I don't want another window cleaner looking at my work and going into that premise and say, excuse me, I think I can do a better job, or I can do a better job than your current window cleaner. Because he's got detailing, he's got drips, he's got smudge marks, he's got flick marks. I can do a better job. Now, they can go in to my jobs and say whatever they want, but they'll never be able to pick apart the quality of my work. Sometimes I do make mistakes and I don't know about it, but if I've known I made a mistake, I will fix it with my tool and technique. But if I lose a job to someone, it isn't because of the standard of my work. It's mainly because the customer thinks they can get not a better price. Most window cleaners can't charge the prices that I charge, right? I'm in the low end of the market, right? But people can go and still try and take my work, but they're never going to take the work from me on quality, because I make sure that tool is done perfect with the tool and technique. And if you go too fast, you can make mistakes, and eventually you'll start making more mistakes. Is it worth speeding up? For 99% of window cleaners, it's better for you to slow down, get your technique refined, get the placement refined, get this tool refined. The way you get this tool refined is actually to slow down and be a lot more precise and exact. Once you got that done, then you can up your speed and try and get more work done just with speed. But if you go too fast, you'll just create more mess. So it's a tricky situation when someone says, oh, I want to go faster for this reason or that reason. We all want to go faster. We all want to make more money in less time. But when I'm at these window cleaning shows and I see these speed window cleaners, right? Yeah, they're going ever so fast. But are they doing a quality job? It's pathetic. Their quality of work is awful. But it's not window cleaning, it's speed window cleaning, and it's got no relevance for normal, average, everyday window cleaning, right? So you can't run before you can walk. And unfortunately for window cleaners, they can barely crawl when it comes to using squeegees. So honestly, if you want to be fast, before you get to want to be fast, you want to be accurate, you want to be precise, you want the tool to do what 100% of the glass. And you can only do that if you've got a stable soap solution and you've got a stable workflow. You can't run before you can walk. And as I said, most window cleaners are barely crawling when it comes to using a squeegee. So yes, it's important to be fast, but it's more important to be exact and do the job as best you can. Once you've nailed that, then focus on becoming faster. That's the last resort. Being fast is the least of your problems.